All right. Now we have camera mic invite. There we go. Copy to clipboard. All right. Copy it to the clipboard and paste and oh, does this work? That was just the first one. It showed up twice. Oh my goodness. So, how is everybody this evening? It is a Saturday night, which we usually do the uh, well, parrots. Um, we usually do the church service on Saturday night. Well, not really church service, but Bible study Saturday night. Um, and yeah, it's been hard for me recently. I have the um, Jordan Peterson 5 steps, or not 5 steps, but 12 steps further along in the his stuff, and he talks about his trying to detox from benzodiazepines from it in the very beginning, which was very interesting. Um, and then tomorrow I have a live from we're doing it with from TikTok of all places. I've actually found that TikTok has a very um, amazing following. A whole bunch of people on there, and so we've gotten a little bit of a following on TikTok, and we are going to be interviewing Dustin Henry tomorrow, or Henri, if you were pronounced it in the French way that it is spelled. Um, and that should be interesting. He's a nurse who deals with chronic pain patients, but he gets it. So, like, all of his content used to be about Fortnite, but suddenly he started making these clips about chronic pain for friends of his that were in chronic pain to get people to understand it a little bit more. And he blew up. I mean, just totally. He said that he couldn't answer all of the messages that he was getting in his inbox because they were just 99 plus. And I've had that a couple of times. I've woken up to TikTok and been like 100 different messages, and it's like what so that should be awesome. And that's with my friend Mel, um, who also has a fairly um, large following on TikTok. And we were both part of a Zoom stream the other day, and she was, the guys brought her up, and she wants to do um, a message board for people with chronic conditions and things like that, kind of like the spoon message boards used to be. Uh, you don't know about that. There's this woman who came up with this thing called the spoon theory, and she was she found it that her friends were having a difficult time understanding what it was like having chronic illness. So she was in the college cafeteria, and she went around to all the tables, and it's just her and her friend. So she gathered up all the spoons, and she gave this bouquet of spoons to her friend. And she says, "Okay, now you have to, this is how you go through a day. You wake up, That's 2 spoons. You have to take a shower. That's another 2 spoons. You have to get ready for class. Here's another 2 spoons. You're not feeling very well. You didn't sleep well last night, so I'm going to take another couple of spoons from you. And it was this whole thing that became known as the spoon theory, as to explain to people who weren't sick what it was like dealing with a chronic illness. And that it's just, you know, for normal people, they have an unlimited number of spoons. They never have to think about it. But for somebody who has a chronic illness or something like that, you've only got so many spoons that day. And if you run out, you're, just screwed. And so it became known as the spoon theory. And she used to have these message boards, and this was like 10 years ago, that were just wonderful, and it was people sharing information for other people. Oh, excuse me. About getting diagnoses and, what symptoms would fit, and everybody was getting a lot of help and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden this hacker came along and destroyed the message boards just because they could. And they never came back to life. And so we're looking to try and create something that's similar to that, where people can, say, hey, I'm in the New Jersey area. Do you know anybody who's good with rheumatology? Or I'm in the California area. I need a good, excuse me again. I need a good endocrinologist. And just being able to share information to doctors and things like that of, hey, if you've got Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, this is who you see if you're in Wisconsin, or if you're in Michigan, this is who you see for a neurologist, that sort of thing. And it looks to be pretty promising. But she was on a meeting the other day, and they drilled her for a good 5 minutes before they even let me on the talk. And I was just like, oh no. I don't know why I have the yawns. Let me see if the weather is going. Sometimes I get the yawns like this when the barometric pressure changes. Oh, we've got a little bit of a roller coaster, but it doesn't look like it's going to be too bad until, when is this? Oh wait, this is totally wrong. Where are we? Okay, so yeah, we just did come out of a slump. Oh my goodness. So, we've got a big dive coming up here tomorrow morning. It's got 3 arrows down. That is not good. Oh, the barometric pressure shifts. I've got this program called Zoo Tools that tells me, where the barometric pressure is. And, oh my gosh. It just had, we just came out of a trough. And so that may be why but nobody's here. Nobody's here on a Saturday night. Let me go to the comments. Oh, no, there are people here. Oh my gosh. Yes, Bunny Mel is here. I had my computer on the wrong thing. I'm so sorry, everybody. So Ryzen is here. Yes, Mary Lou. You get to see the Mary Lou cam. Shaman is here. And then Minister Brandon is here. Yay. Logic is here. Oh my gosh. I've been missing everybody's messages. And DC Irish is here. And Lawrence is here. Yeah, I do need a good nap. So, oh my gosh. And yeah, so we had today the smoke and the fires like Lawrence has been dealing with the past few weeks, I would say. Um, and that yeah, it's been I mean, like the sky today, you would look up and it looked like a sunset, in the middle of the day. It just looked like red. And Lawrence has been dealing with that with fires for a while. And we had good rain here for a while. And just for some reason today, I don't know if the winds shifted or what, but we had just smoke filled and you could smell it, and it was really bad. And then the other thing is that, let's see, I had, yes, Melissa's here, Melissa. I'm going to put up the link if anybody wants to come up into the chat, because I have nothing planned for tonight. I just was feeling lonely, and Mary Lou just had a birthday. She turned 87. What was it, last week? Yeah, so turned 87 last week. So yeah. So let's see. We've got yeah, Ryzen is here and Lawrence is here. And this is Spoonie Mel. She's awesome. And Shaman is here. Yay, Shaman. Yeah, glad to hear you're better. I was hoping Justice would be here because he's had some serious stuff to deal with. There's DC Irish. I've got the TV on so Mary Lou can see, as well as the screen that she's on. And Logic is here. And so Logic has recommended. I've got the book over here, the 12 steps, the Jordan Peterson 12 steps beyond order or something like that, which is actually I started into the introduction of that. It's really, really good. So I am very, very thrilled, and it's a shorter book than the first book. So we should be able to get it together for Thursday nights and do that beyond. I can't believe I was missing the chat the entire time. I feel like such an idiot. That is the first time I've done that, and I don't know how I did it. So anyway, but oh my gosh, Ryzen said I had a heart attack last week and had a stent put in. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. That's a big deal. I am so glad you are still with us. A heart attack. That's no joke. Oh my gosh. And you did only need one stent? It was only one? I mean, because like when my dad went in and he didn't need emergency surgery, thank God they caught it before the heart attack, but he had to have 3 stents put in. All right, free, you need to go down. Go down. Go down. Okay. My dad had to have 3 stents put in, and then my Uncle Tig, when he went in, it was after the heart attack, but he had to have 6 stents put in. So yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. So he says, yeah, just 1 stent. Good. That's not too bad. But I mean, the heart attack. Oh gosh, that must have been terrifying. That must have been absolutely terrifying. I can't even imagine. Just, your heart, just the thing that's been with you your entire life, just suddenly not working for you. That's oh, but so glad you were still with us. So glad that you were able to get to care, fast enough, and that it only required one stent. That's very good. That's very good. So Lawrence says, I remember when my late mother had to have stents put in 2012. I cannot remember how many, but they got clogged in 2013. And she passed, in August 2013. Oh, that breaks my heart. That breaks my heart. Ryzen said, felt like an elephant sitting on my chest, and the pain went down my arm. That went down my arms was crazy. I bet. I mean, that's like it's like, yeah, elephant sitting on your chest. It's like nothing else, and it shocks people, and you'll find a lot of people. I mean, I know my dad's behavior changed after his heart attack, where he felt like he finally felt like life was precious and not something to be wasted, sort of thing. So that was a big wake up call for him, you know. So um, Ryzen says my brother Steve is here and says hello to you all. Oh, good. Hello, Steve. How are you? How are you? I'm glad to hear. So yeah, I'm dealing with. I went to the urgent care today because I knew that I had a bladder infection. And apparently, I don't know what test they ran or anything like that, but like you can tell by the smell and other things like that, where it's just like, you're not right, honey. You're not right. And everything came back negative. Everything came back where I was fine, but I was still given like a couple of days of antibiotics, which I'm gonna take anyway, just because I feel like there's something going wrong. I feel like there's something wrong with my body, and so I'm gonna take care of it regardless. But that and the smoke today and everything else, it was not, it was not pleasant. So Mary went with me for that and was, very kind and sat in the car with me. So yeah, that was a good deal. So oh my goodness. So yeah, I have now here's what I wanted to ask you all. So like I had the uh, audio version of the book, um, and I also have the physical book itself. Sam's decided to curl up with. That's so sweet. So, but I have the physical book, but then the audio recording is actually the recording of Jordan Peterson himself reading the book to us. And I don't know if it starts on like chapter 1 or he actually includes the foreword, because the foreword tells about his whole thing with the benzodiazepines and what sort of craziness went on with that, because he traveled. He first tried to get help in Canada, where he's from, and that didn't work. And then they went to America, and that didn't work. And so I think they went to Russia next, which did work, but like Canada, either Canada or America, one of the two, gave him double pneumonia. They had him in a chemical coma for a while to try and help him, because benzodiazepines, if you don't know, you're not supposed to quit them suddenly. And he tried to quit them cold turkey, which you do not do. You do not do. And so he ended up with some nasty side effects from trying that. And, between Canada and America, they put him in a chemically induced coma to try and get him through the withdrawals during that. That didn't go well. And he woke up in Russia where nobody spoke the language. He's trying to speak to these doctors and nurses, and they're all speaking Russian back to him, and he just did not understand it. And it was right when COVID hit. So, like, he couldn't have his wife or his daughter or anybody at the hospital with him. So he woke up and then called his daughter, and he just tried to attack his daughter, not understanding, just in a complete, fog of what was going on. And, finally he came out of it and was able to understand, oh, I've been transported halfway across the world to deal with this benzodiazepine withdrawal. And he didn't even remember attacking his daughter, but he was apparently so mad, waking up from this chemical coma and double pneumonia and everything else, that he just lost it. And, if you think about Jordan Peterson just losing it like that, it's like, what? The Lobster King? So the forward is really, really interesting. And if it's not in the audio version, I'll have to read it to you. So, but Lauren says, my brother's name's Steve too. Oh, that's awesome. So anyway, I am so glad that you all are with us tonight. It is such a pleasure. It's such a pleasure to have Mel here. It's such a pleasure to have Ryzen here, and Lawrence, and Shaman. I mean, everybody else. I was hoping that DC Irish is here. I was, Logic. I mean, just all y'all. Thank you so much for joining us. I have been such a slouch when it comes to these lives, because I've been trying to do this stuff with this September 3rd event that we're doing. We're doing it nationwide, and we're doing it with a whole bunch of different groups. And it is absolutely surprising how do I put this? How challenging it is to work with everybody. And, some of it is challenging in a good way. Some of it is challenging in a not so good way. And, you would think that the chronic pain community would work better together, that we would all understand that, how vital it is, with how difficult it is to get pain medication and pain treatment these days, that it would be everybody, just banding together and being super supportive of one another and everything like that, and it's just not. And that was, I think, the most surprising to me of all, was just how much, I used to play Vampire LARP, and I thought the infighting with that was bad, and this is worse, and I don't understand it. It blows my mind. It's a complete, how, why, what's going on, it makes no sense to me whatsoever that people are treating each other this way. And so I mean, like, that's why I find it, like, I thought that the community that I had found on Twitter and these other places, that everybody was really rah rah, let's all get together and fight the man sort of thing. And it no, no. And it breaks my heart in a lot of ways, because it's like, why is it more important for you and your ego than it is for the cause? It's like, I don't put my name on anything. you know I don't want to be associated, not because I'm not proud of my work, because I do a lot of really, really good hard work that I'm very proud of, but I don't want it to be about me. I want it to be about the message. I want it to be about the work that we do. I want it to be about, you know, the progress that we're making for the community and that sort of thing. But there are these other people out there, and they want it to be all about them. They want it to be all about their message and what they do and everything else. And it's like, why? What is it with you? I mean, what happened to you in your life that you need to find your validation through this? I would much rather that everybody be given their medication, we all be able to go back to work or to our lives or to whatever it is, and just, walk away from this. Like, one of the main things that I talked to when we were originally creating these groups and creating these nonprofits and stuff like this was, I want to see us go out of business. If we go out of business, it's because there's not a problem anymore. So long as we're in business, there's a problem that needs to be fixed. And the moment that there isn't a problem that needs to be fixed, we're done. We're out, And so many people want it to be about them and their story and their struggle and everything else. And it's like, this is so much bigger than you. Why would you act that way, that it has to be all about you? And I don't get it. I don't understand it. It confuses me. It hurts my heart. And I've been struggling with that. And the people who would rather, and the backstabbing. Oh my gosh. The people who would rather see me fail, or whatever idea that I came up with fail, than have somebody else. I will applaud anybody who gets something done. There are some people out there who have been working at this much longer than I have, and have put in much more work than I have. I've been very fortunate in some of the connections that I've made. And, but I'm the first person to cheer them on and say, yes, you got that legislation through. Hallelujah. Good for you. Tell us how we can do the same thing in our state or in another state or anything else. I don't care who gets it done, so long as it gets done, because that improves my life. When somebody else is successful, that helps me. So why wouldn't I want other people to be successful? And so the whole thing has been a huge, stressful mess. And I've been going to bed at like 7:30 and 8 o'clock at night, because I'm just exhausted by that. And Mary Lou has seen it, where I'm just, the second she comes over, it's like, okay, it's quitting time. You know, when she comes over, it's quitting time. We're gonna sit, we're gonna watch movies, we're gonna enjoy each other's company because I can't work any more than that. I will drive myself insane. Um, so we had a good day today going out to the urgent clinic. And then we went out into the garden twice. And we were able to snip some roses and some of the sunflowers, which you guys saw at the beginning. Sunflowers that are higher than my roof. I mean, these wonderful things that happen when we're not paying attention. When the sunflowers grew on their own. I can't say, "Oh, I grew the sunflowers." No, the squirrels planted the sunflowers. I just fed them during the winter. They happen to grow this, and I don't even know why. Because like sunflowers, I'm used to the single stalk flowers. This thing has just like flowers all over the place, like 20 different blossoms all over the place, and they're just amazing. And no, it had nothing to do with me. And I don't have to have, me involved in that. It's love. It's all these other, and I don't understand people. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to people. So sorry. I'm whiny and I'm all over the place tonight. But did the chat die again? Did something? Are people just listening to me crazy ramble? So yeah. Oh my gosh! I should flip that back to the screen when I couldn't see you guys, and then you'll talk more and be more. But yeah, there's this neat online thing called Zootool, Zutool. It's got a little kitty cat on it, and I don't know. Let me see if I can turn down the brightness because I was trying to show something. That's too dark. Come on. All right, let's just do. All right, let's see if the camera will pick this up. No, I do have to turn it down that dark. Wow. All right, so yay, there it is working a little bit. But you see how it has those double arrows down, and it has that blue line there. That's the barometric pressure. And I've learned that when it shifts, and it just shifted a little while ago, it's not when things go up or go down. It's right at that shift at the bottom. That's a big trigger for me. Or the shift at the top. Not so much the top, but really the bottom when things go from down to up. Or if things start going really like severely down. Like here's one. I'll show you guys. The arrows show up in red. And that's when the barometric pressure is really going to drop rapidly. And that's when my migraine symptoms really show up. So Shaman says, "Still here, Pam." And Lauren says, "Nope, I'm still here." All right. So I guess you guys have just decided to stop typing and and listen to me crazy rant, which is fine. Yeah, I've been going through a lot lately. I want this September 3rd event to be helpful. I want it to be an event that really helps educate the public. Um, I want, do you, oh, okay, freaky, sorry. Um, I want it to be something that, causes a bit of a stir, not for my own whatever, but just for people to wake up and, there's free over with Mary Lou. Um, just for people to wake up and to realize how much this chronic pain thing is about everybody. Because it's one of those things where it's like your life can change in a moment's notice. You know, um, I'm calling it the We Are All One podcast. Oh, look at Free. She's so adorable. Um, because we are all one accident, one illness, one bad day away from having a life of chronic pain. It's not anything that any of us plan on. It's like, oh, yeah, next week, next month, that's when my chronic pain problem is going to start. So I'm gonna have to line things up for it. What? No, none of us plan for that kind of thing. And look at Free, she's so sweet. Um, so none of us plan on that kind of stuff happening, but it happens all the time. You get into a car accident, boom, there goes your back, there goes your neck, and you've got a life of chronic pain. You get COVID, and you don't recover from it. You've got a life of chronic pain. You've got just half a dozen other things. You get a heart attack. Sometimes that will come with a life of chronic pain because you've got this cardiovascular issue. You've got migraines that may have been a problem now and then suddenly they decide, no, we're going to be with you every day, and there you suddenly have a life of chronic pain, and it just it happened. You don't think about it, and you don't think it can happen to you, and you think you understand. Like, I thought I understood it. I had 2 bad knees all the way through high school. I was on crutches for 4 years, all the way through high school, and I thought I understood chronic pain, but it wasn't until And I looked at my stepmom, and I'm like, "Why are you so bad? Why can't you?" Try harder or so. And then it really hit me. And I was like, oh, I get it now. This is what a life of chronic pain is like. And it was night and day. And you don't understand until you're on that planet. It's not the same life. Yeah. And it is like being on a different planet, but you're inhabiting the same space-time that Earth is a part of. It's like you're still on planet Earth, but you're not, because suddenly all the rules have changed and the way that you do things is completely different. I mean, who else tracks the barometric pressure like this? I mean, they have an app for it, so obviously there are enough people out there who need it that they made an app for it. But, how many people? It's not a normal thing. It's not like Uber, that everybody uses. It's Zootool, and it's known to the people who have to know. And like Mel was talking to me the other day about being at Six Flags, and she was in a wheelchair, but still the place was so badly designed for somebody. Like, they just had the wheelchairs there. They didn't ever have somebody sit in the wheelchair and go through the park and try and use the park as a person in a wheelchair to realize, oh, we screwed up the design on that. Oh, the wheelchair can't get through that area. Oh, this is too rough on this area. This is too, it. There's no way that this is accessible over here. Yeah, they check the boxes and they think that they're done, and they don't realize, because we want to be a part of life just as much as everybody else. And why the heck shouldn't we have the opportunities the same as everybody else? It, it doesn't make sense that, oh, you happen to have a disability, therefore, just sit at home and be miserable, sort of thing. It's like, no, I have children. Well, I don't, but Mel does, and a husband, and they want to go and do things like normal people, and they don't want to just leave mom at home. They want her to come along and to experience it. You want to be there for your kids' lives and everything like that, but no, people don't think. And to a certain extent, you wonder how much they care. And I know you guys care. I know you guys, you guys get it. You guys are not without your trials and tribulations and everything else to know how difficult this is for people. It's part of what makes you a Pam fan. We all resonate in that way, to a very large extent. But why? I don't know. I just don't know why the rest of the world doesn't get it. And maybe it's because I didn't get it before I got sick. Maybe I'm just as guilty, before I entered into this life. I thought, oh, a wheelchair ramp, that's good enough, right? You have somebody, but I never thought, what if you don't have somebody to push you up that hill? How hard is it for you? Is being in a wheelchair enough of an accommodation? Yeah, all of it, just all of it. And now I get it. Now I understand it. Now it's like, whoa, I can't believe how uncaring we are. I can and I can't. Just to, on the one hand, there are those people who are like, I can't worry about anybody else's problems. I got my own stuff to deal with. And I can't be here for anything or anyone else but me. It's like, okay, but what happens when it's you? How are you going to deal with it then? It's too late to advocate once you're sick, because you're already too sick not to advocate. And that's why I want September 3rd to be a big deal. And that's why I want to reach the healthy people, make them understand. By the time it becomes you, by the time it's your problem, it's already too late, and you don't have the energy and you don't have what you need to be able to advocate for yourself to make things better. You're just screwed. So you better think about it now. You better think about other people now. You better not just go, oh, those poor people, pat, 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 here's some money, go away and leave me alone. No, you have to think, oh crap, this is going to be me someday. Oh crap, this, I've got to sit in that wheelchair and I've got to see what it's like. You know, I've got to try and have that experience to know what I may need. You can't just assume that other people have it answered once you get there. It doesn't work like that. And so, yeah, it's so frustrating. It's such hard work, and it's so frustrating, and it's so exhausting, and it's so flare inducing and everything else that I haven't been able to be there for you all. I mean, honestly, I have been exhausting myself on other things, and I just haven't had the strength to do the Bible study and the book club and the everything else. It's been too much, and then the infighting on top of that, which just blows my mind. You know, it's been rough. It's been a rough month. It's been a rough month. Um, Not that that makes me want to give up in any way. You know, um, usually when you do that to me, I fight even harder. But um, Shaman says, "Can't pour from an empty cup." Very true. Very true. And I have been I've been very much an empty cup. Um, just so tired by the time that Mary Lou comes over at like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. That I just sit back and we watch period dramas, and we have a whole bunch of fun doing that. Um, and I just need to rest. I just need to rest. And I don't like it because you are my first family. You know, you are the people that supported me enough to see me through, to make this possible. To let me know that I had a voice and I could run an internet channel and all this other kind of stuff. So, hey, Wilson's here. And Christy's here too. Cool. Right on. Welcome. So yeah, it's I feel guilty. I feel guilty because my Pam fam was my first fam, and I don't want to abandon you all. And you guys are so loving towards me and so supportive and everything else that I don't want to neglect you like that. Um, but at the same time, I also need to try and strive for um, more people. I need to try and fight for millions. Um, this is important work. This is really important work, and if I could help millions, hallelujah. You know. So, um, Jason says, "Hello, Mary Lou." So, Lauren said, "Christy, I dreamed of you. You built a huge palace and had a great tree protected called the Tree of Hope. Isn't that magical? Oh, that's awesome. I love that. I love that. Ah, I mean, Lauren's, your dreams are the best. Um, and the way that you instill people with hope and magic and everything else is fantastic. So, keep doing what you're doing, man. Um, and uh, you know, it's. I feel bad. I feel bad. I feel bad. I feel so horrible not doing my lives on Thursday and Saturday night. I feel horrible. It's just. But then if I could tell you some of the things that I'm doing, you guys would be like, "What? You're involved in what? Holy girl!" You know? I know you would be proud of me. I know you would be proud of me. And I know that you would be cheering me on and saying, what a thing to do. And, it would be one giant group hug and just magical. And, so, you know, I hope you guys all show up tomorrow night. I'm gonna be on a different channel. I'm gonna be on the End Pain Stigma channel. If you see the little, there it is. End Pain Stigma. That's the channel that we're gonna do the. Uh, oh, I'm losing my brain now. We're gonna interview Dustin Ali about his stuff that he's been doing on TikTok, which is absolutely amazing. It's kind of the nurse that's on our side. Because so often it's the patient versus the healthcare system, and doctor knows best. No, doc, you don't know me best. That sort of, and he gets it. He's like, oh, the patient was on their phone. You mean the distraction techniques that we learned about in nursing schools? You think maybe that it's not a sign that they're not in pain that they're on their phone, but that they're actually in pain that they're on their phone. I mean, I even had to explain that to a friend of mine about her husband. She's like, he's in his iPad all the time. I'm like, absolutely he is. Because you have to have, like, I would have the TV on, I would have, my own iPad going, I would have chats and texts and everything else coming in. I mean, it's like you turn into an ADHD monster because you have to have that much of the distraction to be able to just get the pain to shut up enough, So, oh gosh, so he gets it, and we're gonna have him in an interview tomorrow, and it's gonna be so marvelous. I'm looking forward to it in a big way. But it's not on this channel; it's on the End Pain Stigma channel, which I will have to. I'd have to look it up. I can look it up. I can stop being lazy and I can look it up. But so. Is my PayPal still active? Yes, I turned it back on. So yes, it is still active. So, well, I hope so. I just sent you some money to cheer you up. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I know your situation, so I really appreciate that. You must have struck gold on something to do that for me. So, yeah, I super appreciate it. I will definitely use it to go towards what I'm trying to do with all this. Let me see if I can find it's YouTube. Let's go to YouTube. And then we'll go to End Pain Stigma. Oh, I got it. Stop trying to do things. There we go. Okay, so my computer knows how to look it up real fast. There it is. All right. So this is the channel. If y'all want to join, um, paste. There we go. So if y'all go to that channel and subscribe, you'll be able to catch us tomorrow night when we do our live show. So, oops, I did it again. I won the lotto. You're all jealous now. Oh, baby, baby. Good for you. Good for you, Jason. I'm glad. I'm glad. So, yeah. Uh, I'm happy to hang out with you guys tonight. I'm happy to have Mary Lou here on the Mary Lou cam. You know, the doggies got eggs tonight. Ooh, they're so happy and so asleep. I should turn the camera over. Let me see if I can show you them. They're hanging out. There they are, just zonked out next to Mary Lou. It's a Mary Lou double cam. So yeah, they're very happy. They're very happy. So and one more to grow on. Oh, good for you. Good for you. So but yeah, so Rex suggested that we do the 12 Rules for Life Beyond order. And he's so far, yeah. So we'll see. I have the Audible version. I bought both the Audible version and the actual hard copy book. So we'll see how each of those goes. And we'll do that. Hey, survival! You made it! Yes, you did. Awesome. And yeah, so we'll start that up on Thursday night again after September 3rd, because until September 3rd, I'm gonna be an exhausted puppy. And it's just so tired. I'm so tired. I mean, like, after this tonight, I'm gonna walk Mary Lou home, and then I'm just gonna turn all the lights off, and I'm just gonna collapse in a bed. That's how tired I am. And my sleep has been weird. I've been waking up at like I woke up this morning like 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, something like that, and it's just like part of me loves it because like it's quiet and it's even before the birds wake up and it's dark, so I can just sit there and be me, and I don't have to have the air conditioner on because it's cool enough, so like everything's silent. It's just me and the crickets, and just it's so lovely. And then the sun rises and you hear the birds chirp and everything like that. But like today, I don't know what the hell was going on in town, but we had honking going on, and we had just all sorts of noise, and just noise. And I don't like noise. I live in a small town to get away from noise. But it was noisy today. I just, so whatever. And then the smoke from the fires came in, and I was just like, oh, Lawrence, I know what you've been living through lately, and I'm so sorry, and I will pray harder next time, So tell me you got some rain, Lawrence, because I know that there's some that's supposed to hit your area either this week or soon. And then my mother's coming into town. That's the other thing that's happening. I might have to get her up on a live. I don't know. I don't know. You'll see how much we look alike. So, Survival says, hello, Mary Lou. Mary Lou turned 87 last week. So, yeah, that was a big deal. We had the girls came over and sang for her, and I made her a special birthday bouquet, and she got balloons and all sorts of, she got candy, all sorts of wonderful things. It was just, oh, so good. So, yeah. Um, so that was awesome. But yeah, if we get my mother and I up here, ooh, you will see some banter. You will see some banter. That'll be exciting. So, Lauren says, yeah, for the first day in what seems like forever, there is no smoke today. Good. I'd forgotten what a blue sky is like. Oh, I understand that. I understand. That was last summer for us. Oh, it was so bad last summer. So I am glad you got to see the blue sky again. So that's really awesome. So Survival says happy birthday, belated, and then Jason says, Pam, everyone, take care. Pamela, take that money and buy you and Mary Lou some breakfast and coffee on me. Sending you 5 more. I'm sure I'll cover it. Love y'all. Oh, thank you. Good to see you too. And I'm glad you could make it tonight. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. So, yeah. He also says, happy birthday, Mary Lou. So, yeah, belated, but it's still, it's within the month, so it counts. when you get old enough, it's a birthday month. It's not a birthday day. It's we can celebrate it for as long as we want to. So, oh my goodness. But, oh no. Are you yawning? Oh, you did. Okay. So we will wrap it up here in a little bit. It's been an hour, but because there was no theme or anything, it was just hanging out with you all that I wanted to do and say thank you very much for y'all being here, for me and for everybody. I think I'm going to shut it down here in a little bit. So, always here for everyone. Yes, you are. Yes, you are, sir. And we appreciate you, and we are happy to be here for you as well. So don't forget that. And I am praying for you, sir. And we hope that everything starts working out with your living situation and all of that. But you do know that you have tissues right behind that screen, right? You don't have to use those awfully harsh McDonald's napkins. Okay. Yeah, I had to treat Mary Lou to McDonald's today after she waited so long for me in urgent care. So that's why we had McDonald's napkins. But yeah, I'm glad I was able to see you for a while too, Survival. But oh my gosh, I'm so tired. I mean, you thought I was yawning at the beginning. I'm even worse off now. But I love you all. And after September 3rd, we will get back to, except for if I can get my mother up. Ooh, that'll be exciting. Yeah, I love you. It's my Pam fam. I mean, you guys are so good to me. You guys are so good and so good to each other. You remind me that, love can still exist among strangers, and we don't have to have anything but the the common stuff between our ears that connects us. Um, so yeah, it's been good to see you all. Um, and I'm running out of energy. So yeah, 100%, 100%. Mega love shout out. Mega love shout out. Uh, so good to see you all. And I will see you all later. I think I'm going to shut it down now. I'm definitely running out of steam. Okay. Bye, everybody. Oh, my Pim Pim. Mega love shout out. Take care, everybody. And make sure to keep Dustin in your prayers. Or not Dustin, Justice. Justice. Keep Justice in your prayers because he just lost somebody and I know he's feeling terrible about it. So reach out to him if you can and let him know that you're there for him. As we know we are there for one another. So yeah. Prayers for justice. Absolute prayers for justice. And I will see you all later. Have a good night. Bye.